Guys, today we're reacting to Zack films. The 10-year-old who hacked the FBI. Am I getting this straight? The FBI. Da-na-na-na-na.
She logged onto the library computer, which connected
How, bro? She's just 10 years old. And she looks like a little girl, bro.
to the internet via a phone line, and she used it to auto-dial hundreds of other computers.
Oh my, what the? A 10-year-old? I don't know if a 10-year-old can do this. Let's see the comments. Actually, the girl should get a medal for alerting them to a basic security flaw.
Until one of them answered. Now, back then, if you had the password, you could access other people's files. So she typed in 0000 as a guess. But to her surprise, it connected, bringing up the FBI database.
Bro, look at this mysterious. Look at this. Bro, look at her smile. Nah. How? Why would someone put so easy code?
But since the password was so easy, she just thought it was a computer game. She spent 2 weeks looking through top-secret information while the FBI scrambled to find the hacker. And when they finally showed up, they were shocked to find it was a child. They brought her in for questioning and discovered her mother worked for NASA. And because the girls saw the secret files, they thought her mother might have too, meaning she could have lost her job. But instead, they just banned the girl from computers for the next 8 years.
Oh my. For the next 8 years?
She logged on to the
Zack is kind of crazy. That's why.
Over 100 gears are fixed into place, and a small gear in the center.
Oh, he has a playlist. Let's check every playlist videos.
She found an AirTag in her purse and began to freak out. Her mind started racing about who could have slipped it in and why they were tracking her. In a panic, she called Alex, one of her closest friends. He arrived minutes later and assured her everything was fine, quickly taking the device off her hands. He Googled how to destroy was fine.
This guy looks guilty. Nah. He's kind of jacked though. He's got a jack so he could. This guy's guilty. He's jacked so he could punch her in the face. I don't trust this guy. I do not trust this guy.
Quickly taking the device off her hands. He Googled how to destroy it and learned a hammer was the best option. They both went out on the porch and he crushed the AirTag, which
Brother slapped it. You could have just threw it into the water or something. It would still be able to come on someone, so anyways.
Put her mind at ease, for now.
Alert! AirTag has been disabled. Yup. I knew it. I'm so smart. Bro. Alex! It was you!
He woke up to bang.
Huh? AirTag was. Oh, they had an AirTag pair too.
He smashed the AirTag, and she felt relieved for a moment. But the worry lingered. Someone had slipped it in her purse. Someone was watching. Alex offered for her to spend the night at
Don't do it! Don't do it! Even though you're scared, please don't do it.
his place, and she agreed. She didn't want to be alone. His apartment felt unfamiliar, but safer than her own. He tossed her a blanket for the couch and disappeared into his room. She couldn't sleep. Every creak and noise made her skin crawl. She got up to use the bathroom, but as she walked down the hall, she noticed a room with a glowing red light bleeding from under the door. She pushed it open and her stomach dropped. It was her, an entire wall of photos.
What? I'm not like. Wait a minute. Oh, he got a heart word. She got to figure it out.
She found a strand of her hair taped to a mirror. A mannequin was wearing a dress that she had lost months ago. There was a wig for every hair color she had worn over the past few years. She gasped as she noticed the neatly
It was Alex. Be careful, girl. He might be behind you.
organized air tags. The one labeled purse was missing. She stumbled backwards in disbelief, but as she turned to leave the room,
I never lose track of what is mine.
Ew.
she woke up in a chair, the ties cutting into her wrists. Her head throbbed as she looked around.
It's scary. Bro, stop. I think she's gonna escape, and I hope.
And remembered where she was. The door creaked open. Alex stepped in, holding a glass. He looked unconcerned, like everything was fine. He carefully tipped the water into her mouth, watching her closely. His expression shifted to something darker, more troubled. As he left, she knew she had to escape or something bad would happen. She tugged and twisted at the ties, desperate to loosen them before he returned. Meanwhile, Alex was fixating on a sharp knife resting on the countertop. His hands hovered over it.
A little Kyle. Oh, it's Rob Jr., but never mind. Now, let's go.
A conflicted look on his face. Finally, he picked it up with a heavy sigh, gripping it tightly. Alex returned slowly, knife shaking in his grip, tears welling in his eyes.
Do it then. If you're gonna cry, don't do it.
As he placed a hand on her shoulder, something felt wrong. It was the mannequin. Suddenly, she smashed the mirror over his head. She raced toward her car, fingers trembling as she struggled to dial 911. As she drove away, he stood in the doorway with an
Another air tag.
unsettling smile on his face. She sped away, finally escaping Alex, which put her mind at ease for
What?
now. He watched the masked man grabbing and dragging his own lifeless body.
That is too scary.
He smashed the AirTag, and she felt relieved for a moment. But the worry lingered. Someone had
Ah! Pepsi? Let's watch a storage.
He pulled the trigger, aiming right for the tiger, and it roared as it ran into the forest. Now, he thought the tiger was gone, but it was actually following his scent, tracking the man through the forest to his cabin. There, the tiger destroyed his pans, his tools, and even his outhouse, all while he was gone. Then, it waited. For nearly 2 days, it stayed near his door, silent and still. And when he finally returned, the tiger attacked before he could reach his gun.
Meow, meow, what are you doing? Meow, meow, meow.
It wasn't hunting for food, it was waiting just for him. He pulled the trigger, aiming.
Should have not shot my family member.
As your pea hits the toilet,
Whoa!
they detonated the first atomic bomb just 12 miles from people's homes, waking them from their sleep without warning. White flakes fell from the sky, and children played in it like snow. But this was actually nuclear fallout, and the civilians had no idea what they were dealing with. It covered homes and fields, spreading radioactive waste. Soon, crops suffered and animals died. And years later, so did some of the people, all because they weren't warned. They detonated the first atomic bomb just 12 miles from people's homes, waking them from their sleep without warning. White flakes fell from the sky. The bee pukes up the nectar into another bee's mouth, which vomits it into the hive. You see, this nectar is first collected from a flower, where the bee sucks it up and stores it in a special stomach. Next, it starts to break the nectar down, splitting the sugars into separate parts to keep it fresh, before throwing it up over and over again to evaporate some of the water while keeping the sugars. When it gets back to the hive, it vomits it into a receiver bee's mouth, and that bee spits it into a wax cell. Then a group of them fan it out with their wings to evaporate even more water until the sugars are finally harvested as honey. The bee pukes.
I didn't know I drank the bee's vomit. Ugh.
The bee pukes up the nectar into a.
Let's see what the people in the comments are saying. Huh? How honey made? Yeah, girls, throw up. The bee movie lied to us all. True.
The bee pukes up the nectar into another bee's mouth, which vomits it.
We owe bees so much credit for all they do. Truly amazing. What? What do you mean amazing? The lily vomit. Vomit. Hi, what are you eating? What do you mean, what are you eating? Wait.
It into the hive. You see, this nectar is first collected from a flower, where the bee pukes up the nectar into another bee's mouth, which vomits it into the hive. You see, this nectar is first collected from a flower, where the bee sucks it up and stores it in a.
Seriously, bro. Wait, let's check this out. And the fact that good quality honey is actually a superfood shows you incredible nature. You can't beat that, and that is just one of many things nature has given us. Okay, I don't know what you're yapping about.
She stepped out of the car to get some fresh air, but they were in a drive-through safari park, and a tiger immediately shot out from the trees, clamped its jaws around her, and dragged her off the road. Her family in the car screamed as she disappeared behind the bushes, and her mother jumped out to save her, running straight toward the tiger. But another one ran at her from the side and began to maul her as she laid on the ground. A ranger raced to the woman in a jeep. She stepped out of the car to get some fresh air, but they were dragged her off the road. Her family in the car behind the bushes, and her mother jumped out to save her, running straight toward the tiger. But another one ran at her from the side and began to maul her as she laid on the ground. A ranger raced to the woman in a jeep, honking at the tigers, forcing them back long enough to reach the daughter. She survived with serious injuries, but her mother didn't make it. She stepped out of the car to get some fresh air, but they were in a drive-through safari park. You would crack open the fertilized egg to reveal the boiled duck
But actually, the bro would not survive. Man.
fetus inside. After drinking the liquid, you would peel away the rest of the shell. Then you would dip the yolk in salt and vinegar and eat it, along with the white from around the fetus. Finally, you would bite into the feathery baby duck. Now, since it's not fully grown, the feet, bones, and beak are still soft enough to chew and swallow, meaning you can eat the whole thing. And even though some people think it's gross, in Southeast Asia, it's considered a delicacy. You would crack open the fertilized egg to reveal the boiled duck fetus inside. He swerved the car through the street while his conjoined twin brothers screamed, and some say he drove them right into a passing cart. Police arrived moments later and arrested them both. In court, the judge was about to send the driver to jail, but his conjoined brother argued that he was innocent, and sending his brother to jail would mean imprisoning him too. The judge realized there was no fair punishment, because no cell could hold one conjoined twin without trapping the other. So both men were released. He swerved the car through the street while his conjoined twin brother. If you tripped while stepping on to a paternoster elevator, you might think you would get crushed to death between the floors, or fall straight into the elevator shaft. But most of these lifts have movable flaps between the edges of the car and the landing. So even if you tripped and got stuck, the flaps would just give way, letting you climb out safely. And the panels in between each car would stop you from sliding through the gaps. But modern safety laws are way stricter now, meaning you actually can't build one of these today. If you tripped,
Guys, I think that's the end of watching Zack film, because what I saw is gross, weird, and sus. So I think I'll go back to watching Obes. I think I'll go back to watching Obes.